All right, good job. We're here for our afternoon hangout for lesson 116. It's true. I have taken so long with lesson 116 that lesson 116 is going to have to do a Course in Miracles to learn how to forgive me for taking so long with lesson 116. Whatever, have a little taste of your own medicine, 116. All right, so we're back on the happy train, for real, okay? As soon as I realized that I was supposed to be on the happy train, my ego decided to push me off the train. Even though the train was moving, ego did not care. Ego did not care whatsoever. So anyways, ego, God, we got like two different things going on here. And lesson 116 was to talk about God and God's will for happiness for us. So I freaking love in the lesson that it says, it's actually the second part, the second review, lesson 102. It says, I share my Father's will for me, his son, which what is his will? Happiness. Happiness. Yeah, don't even freaking go there. I'm doing 90 days, no men. So, here's what I love. What he has given me is all I want. I love that. But here's what I love even more. What he has given me is all there is. Is that so funny and sassy and like mic dropping? Like, good, I'm glad you want what he has given you, because guess what? That's all there is. So take it or leave it. It's not really delivered like that, but that's how I took it, like the one time that I read it. What he has given me is all I want. And then it's like, damn, son, what he has given me is all there is. Everything else is an illusion, is a dream. All there is God. Are you getting this yet? Like, all there is God. So that's all there is. So we're really glad that you finally want it, because that's actually all there is. All the angels are like, exactly. So Tina Jesus today was also dropping obvious truth bombs, saying things like, you know, right? Happiness feels better. Most people do know that happiness feels better. It's pretty obvious. But you may feel some resistance to God wanting you to be happy because of the suffering indoctrination. So Tina Jesus was going on and on about how we still choose this like suffering and sacrifice thing going on, and why in the world would we do that? Well, we were indoctrinated from the church and the government, but mostly the church and the government, and they have literally drilled things into our head, these ideals of being a martyr, even, you know, the Christian teaching of Jesus dying on the cross, and then, serving your country and dying in war makes you a good citizen, makes you a good hero, a war hero. They literally have it set up that you can't even speak out against the military or anything like that. Like, they have it set up that our young men are doing something good when they go to war and die for war. They call it freedom or whatever, but like really, like, they're just using them as pawns and a player in suffering and sacrifice. So it is a deeply, Tina Jesus was tiptoeing like landmine area talking about this today, but that's what they talked about. Deeply embedded beliefs of suffering and sacrifice. The church and the government has made sacrifice feel important, and they have made suffering be interpreted as holy. Anyways, Tina Jesus wasn't having that. They suggest that we try to focus on joy inside of us and to, yes, of course, clarify your mind with A Course in Miracles. And then I was like, Tina Jesus, what the heck do you think that we're doing? So Lots was talked about today. Also, be very mindful of body pleasures, like physical, using substances or using food or sex or whatever. These body pleasures, they are not true happiness. Our brains, egos get pretty hooked on them, but they are not true happiness compared to things like creativity and conversation and light. So anyways, they really just wanted to say today, keep looking to the light, not the darkness. Okay, the ego's world and what the ego likes to do is actually of darkness. And keep looking at the good, simple gifts. And try to focus on joy inside of you. And keep doing your Course in Miracles lesson. All right. Thank you, Tina Jesus. I'm trying. I'm really trying. At this rate, I should be done, like, I don't know, by the time I'm 50. Which really isn't that long when I think about it. All right. So anyways, touchy things to touchy upon. Should we? I mean, like everybody just is like, whoa. Oh yeah, they got like veteran, they really pump the like war hero thing. They want our strongest men to keep signing up to basically just play their game of destruction. So anyways, when's we gonna say enough of that? And everybody, hey, now you can't talk about that because they died for blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's like in there. They literally have it set up, in the Matrix, how like if you question the Matrix, I haven't really watched that movie all too good, but like, is it Mr. Smith? Like he'll like pop up, like you can't even like be talking about it before somebody pops up and wholeheartedly defends the indoctrination. It's kind of like when someone's like been brainwashed too, like by an abuser, they will defend their abuser. So you probably have some example. If you're on, if you have like anything that where you're the minority against society, like say like you are like no vax, right? You like don't believe in vaccinations or whatever, and like you say like, hey, I don't really like think it's a good idea to like maybe be like injecting chemicals into our bloodstream, Mr. Smith will pop up right then and there, and Sally or Susie or or Mr. whoever. Like, it's pretty crazy. People are like, they defend this illusion. They really do. So when it comes to suffering and sacrifice, like people do it. People play the martyr in their own life. They feel like, they have to like they're a good person if like they give up what they want to like let somebody else do what they want. Like there's like real like low grade of this deeply embedded belief of sacrifice and suffering, and then there's some pretty intense stuff too. But anyways, what are we talking about? I don't know. Here's the Pathways of Light. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 116, Insights. Review. God's will for me is perfect happiness, and I share God's will for happiness for me. There is an aspect in my mind that seems to be on constant alert, looking for ways to sabotage my happiness. I call it the judge. The judge has a template of rules that define how circumstances should be, how events should occur, what people should say and do, and what I should say and do. It measures everything against this template. If anything does not measure up to this template, which is certain to happen, the gavel comes down and the verdict is guilty. Most of the time, guilt seems to be assigned to others. The judge says it is acting on my behalf for my best interests. It's just trying to keep things in control so that I can be happy. What it doesn't say is that it has conflicting rules, and so it is never possible to achieve perfect happiness based on its rules. There will always be some violation, some cause for guilt. If I ever doubt its rules, it righteously points out that these rules are there for my protection. Without them, I am defenseless according to the judge. I would become a pawn to all the other forces that are out there trying to control me. It is quick to judge and always ignores the real evidence. It seems to operate under the principle, don't confuse me with the facts. It believes it knows what's right and wrong, yet because its entire set of rules, its entire belief system is based upon a false belief about what is real, it really knows absolutely nothing. Its judgments are based upon lies, and so it can never judge truly. It is time to fire the judge and turn to the other judge in my mind who has always been there, ready to remind me of what is true and real. This judge, the Holy Spirit, always judges truly, and its judgment is always simple. The judgment is, it's either real or unreal, love or a call for love. Only these two choices exist. As I learn to bring all my perceptions to this judge, I will learn to recognize that I share love's will for my perfect happiness. Guilt and all the pain and death associated with it will disappear. The judge will always show me what is loving and true. It always declares innocence and always offers love, even to those who have mistakenly declared themselves guilty. Today I will practice taking every circumstances, every perceived problem to this judge so that I may learn that God's will for me is perfect happiness. As I learn to share God's will, I see only innocence. I see only God's perfect and pure extension of Himself. God's will is eternal. In God's will, nothing ever changes. Love stays love. Happiness and joy remain themselves. God's peace does not fluctuate or change. It is so helpful to remember this and allow this truth to heal all my misperceptions that something other than love has ever happened. Am I willing to rest in the truth of God's happiness? In truth, we all live in heaven. In truth, we are heaven. Letting go of dreams of separation from God's happiness is my one function. Accepting God's will for happiness for me is the result. Today, again, I practice remembering that God's will for me is perfect happiness. I practice accepting God's will for me. I practice letting the truth return to my awareness. I practice letting go of all ideas stemming from the belief in separation. The truth is true, and nothing else is true. Only love is real. I love that simple illustration of the judge. This is something I will use. I need it too. I guess my ego is rebelling at all this attempted change. Last night I dreamed several dreams of everything going wrong. I woke up feeling uncertain and doubtful. Today's lesson helps me reaffirm my desire for perfect happiness, and the judge idea will help me to carry it through. Today, I fire the judge. What a wonderful illustration. I have been trying to let this guy go and trying to ignore him and hoping that someone else would come in and tell him to leave. But I have to. What a miracle. pathwaysoflight.org. Okay, so the judge, is that, if you listen to my podcast, Herb Oracle, is that not funny stuff? Because who do I talk about in that podcast? My JB. So this person was talking about how they felt like they had this judge that lived in them. I feel like I have a JB. We lovingly call her JB. What JB stands for is judgmental bitch. Or judge. I guess we could probably just class it up and say judge, but we just, we know what and who JB is. We know who she is. She's literally always here with me. like, even in this now moment, I'm recording this video, my mom's like texting me, like trying to like swindle me down for one of her friends who's interested in my cloth napkins that I'm selling on Etsy. And I get it, you know, but it's like, I also, like, sometimes I feel like my JB is here to protect me. Like she like steps up when like people like, I feel like are trying to take advantage of me. But as I'm literally choking on this anger, not anger, that's the ego. We're always feeling like we're being attacked, we're being taken advantage of, and a lot of times we freaking are. But then that judge is coming up with all its rules, and the JB, who's also like basically a variation of the judge from the that they were talking about in the Pathways of Light. If you just skip through the Pathways of Light, go back and listen to it. See, the JB knows what everyone is up to. Oh, she is fully aware of what's going on. Like, I just had a personal experience in my life that had she had been more active, I may have like been able to avoid a lot of heartache this year, you know? But like, no, I keep putting my ego on the back burner because the Course in Miracles is trying to get me to see through the eyes of Christ or whatever. And dang, there's been a few moments where I kind of wish my judge, my JB, my judgmental bitch, would have been paying closer attention. But there, that's ego, I guess. So anyways, good lesson. Good lesson. I share God's will for happiness for me. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to be happy without the freaking body pleasures that Tina Jesus was talking about. I didn't really like that. Yeah, because like I mean, like, what? We're not supposed to enjoy food? You are, but you're not supposed to, like, depend on it for your happiness. Oh, we're not supposed to enjoy sex? Well, I mean, it is enjoyable, but apparently if, like, you get too crazy about it, then you act like my ex. Right? Right? I don't get it sometimes, but I do get it, but I don't get it. And we need to just start loving creativity and conversation and light. But there is definitely still a part of me, I don't know if it's being a Taurus or just being a big old egomaniac for most of my life, that like is like a little bit skeptical. Even at this point in my journey with A Course in Miracles, that JB is completely being like, hey girl, go ahead and try A Course in Miracles, see how it goes, and when you're done, I'll be waiting for you. And we'll go have a good time. Beating people up, spitting, taking names. I'm not sure what she wants to do. I kind of have a feeling I know what she wants to do. All right, you guys, God's will for me is obviously a perfect happiness. Okay, there you go. I love you. Bye. See you tomorrow. We're going to do another lesson in the morning. I'll see you then. Okay, bye.